Welcome back, everybody. This is the Coastal Currents podcast presented by Desatnik Real Estate. Today I'm here with Ashley Peoples, and we're going to be bringing on Sean Carney with Carney's Restaurant on Beach Drive in Cape May, and Mr. Harry Back, who will be organizing the 5K and Polar Plunge for the St. Patrick's Day weekend. So Ash, how did Next Gen get involved with this St. Patty's Day Palooza?
It's kind of funny, honestly. So a couple years ago, we approached Carney's in Cape May about hosting our annual fundraiser, and they were totally on board. And we came in there and we did our fundraiser. It was like a packed house. We sold out, and we ended up doing it again there last year. And Sean was helping me clean up at the end of the night, and he's like, hey, I want to pitch something to you. I would love to get you guys involved with our Carney's Cares weekend over St. Patrick's Day weekend. And I was like, yeah, talk to me. Like, I'm game. He just said that he was like impressed with how we organized our event, and he would just love to kind of collaborate with us. So we did that, and then Sean actually was one of the participants in our 3-on-3 basketball tournament.
Okay.
Our first ever 3-on-3 basketball tournament. He had a team of 3 that played in our tournament. So I think he was starting to get more familiar with what we do in the community, which kind of piqued his interest in what we do.
Okay.
And so yeah, Next Gen, we actually have a bunch of stuff coming up right now.
Okay.
Our annual scholarships are out. So if you know any graduating seniors in Cape May County, you definitely need to tell them to apply, because we have our $3,000. It's called the 3-Point Scholarship. $3,000 goes to a graduating senior in Cape May County who excels in athletics, scholarship, and charity. So
Okay.
if you know somebody that fits the bill, tell them.
Definitely.
And then we also have our $1,500 Pay It Forward scholarship that goes to a college-bound female athlete who played on a Cape May County basketball team. So if you played for Lower Township, Middle, Cape May Tech, Wildwood Catholic, these would all qualify for that scholarship as well.
Okay.
And then we have our $1,025 Making of a Leader scholarship that goes to an 8th grader who's planning on attending Wildwood Catholic and had either attended Wildwood Catholic Academy grade school or Bishop McHugh.
Okay.
So those are all coming up, and they're due April 12th.
And how would somebody reach out about that?
You can look at our website. It's www.nextgen30.com. And it's all
Perfect.
right there. You can apply right there on the website itself. So we try to make it easy peasy.
Yeah.
But they're due April 12th. Yeah, so, yeah, Next Gen is very excited to be a part of this entire event.
Yeah.
It's kind of a new opportunity for us. We plan on doing a lot of good things.
Looking forward to it. So
Yeah.
if you're not busy on St. Patrick's Day weekend, go over to Carney's, and some of the proceeds will be going towards Next Gen and the Cape May County Community Food Closet.
Yes, which is another awesome charity that's right in town that I've had the honor of collaborating with out of nowhere now because I'm tied to this event. It's been really cool getting to hear about their mission and what they're doing, and it's kind of scary to see how many people actually need help in this tiny community that we live in. So
Definitely.
it's definitely turning up and turning out for a good cause. So if you don't have anything to do, this is where you should be next weekend.
Drinking for charity. Can't beat
Drinking
it.
for the cause, guys.
All right.
Or running or walking or swimming.
Yeah.
So many opportunities.
And with a little bit more information on that, we're going to bring you on Sean Carney. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Coastal Currents podcast presented by Desatnik Real Estate. Today we're joined by Ashley Peoples and Sean Carney. How's it going, Sean?
Good. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
We're good. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, so let's start off. Let's introduce yourself, Sean. Who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, so my name's Sean Carney. I grew up just outside of Philadelphia in the Radnor area. I was one of 5 boys. And my relationship with Carney's, located in Cape May, which we're here to talk about, probably started around the age of 9 when started dishwashing for Carney's.
At
Actually, my
9?
brother, yeah, my brother and I, we needed some money for the arcade and candy, all the important stuff at the kids. And it just so happens the chef needed some daytime dishwashers. I think my oldest brother hated it for some reason. I loved it. I don't know. But that's probably why I got into healthcare. But yeah, from there, I probably spent the next 10 years of working summers in Cape May at the family restaurant, and worked all the various different positions. And after that, after college, I actually opened my own restaurant in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, which I leased for probably 2 years while the Shelter Haven Hospitality Group built their hotel, the Reeds, now.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then I worked a little bit for the Carney's restaurants down in Florida for my uncle. And after that, the circle of life kind of brought me back to Carney's, where I've been now for 8 years at the helm of the family business, and looking forward to opening for the 2024 season tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. What's tomorrow? The 8th? March 8th, right?
Yes, 8th,
And are you
Friday
guys
the
going to be
8th.
open? What's the schedule looking like for March?
So March, we're going to be open weekends. Tomorrow is our first weekend open. We open with a new menu and a new chef, which we're really excited about. Chef Miguel actually comes from the renowned Cape May Washington Inn restaurant,
Oh,
where I
awesome.
think he worked over a decade. And we're super excited to have him as part of the team and open with our new menu.
That's awesome. And then I guess the following weekend is what we're here to talk about. You've got this big Carney's Cares weekend extravaganza for St. Patrick's Day weekend lined up, where you're partnered with a couple charities. And what's going on there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think this will be the 7th year of the plunge, minus the 2 years of COVID where we had a break. But yeah, it's really grown into something bigger than I could have ever imagined, and it was a lot of people that had their hands in helping the charity event get to where it is. But yeah, I think 2017 was the first year I started it, and I was kind of as a full-time resident for the first time moving here. I was looking to become part of the community, and I thought the best way to do that would be charity. And the plunge, which I started, kind of opened those doors into the community, and we were able to find a meaningful and local charity within the community that I thought we could make an impact and help.
That's awesome.
So when you started it, what charity was involved?
So when we started it, actually the first charity involved was Family Promise, which was in
Okay.
North Cape May, and that we were partnered with them for 3 years, and then I think there was a conflict of obligations. They were also partnered with Stone Harbor, who did a Stone Harbor, I forget what it was called, but a plunge as well.
Okay.
And it was the same weekend. So yeah, so it kind of went back to the drawing board. Actually, Doreen over at the Chamber of Commerce, who has been with me doing this from the beginning and played a huge role in helping me grow this to what it's become. She introduced me to Veronica at the Cape May Food Closet, which before that I wasn't aware of the organization. And sitting down with Veronica, I got to kind of hear their mission and what they did, and found out that it was local. And after meeting with her, I thought it'd be a perfect fit for what we were doing. And then I want to say 3 years they were with us for about, or they're still with us, but this year recently we asked Next Gen 30 if they could be part of it as well. And that relationship was through meeting Ashley and her team 2 years ago when they asked us to host their annual fundraiser. And I think me and Michelle were just in awe, and Michelle, my floor manager, inspired by their team and what they did, and finding out, you know, the story behind it, and how they were making an impact. And through that inspiration, I just saw an opportunity to add on to what we were currently doing. And this is the first year we'll have them on board, and it has been a pleasure to work with.
Yeah, Next Gen is super excited that we're going to be at this event this year, and just getting more integrated with the community. And I've met Christine now from the Cape May County Food Closet as well, and she is just awesome. Learning more about their charity and that they're servicing over 3,000 families in Cape May, which is crazy. I mean, I don't think
That was the crazy thing to me too.
Right?
To hear about the people starving essentially in Cape May.
In Cape May.
It's not something you see. You don't.
That was eye-opening.
No.
Yeah, and they're right in town. Like, they're not, in North Cape May. They are in Cape May serving 3,000 families, 1,700 children, over 5,000 adults. It's just wild to me. And their setup's really cool that they have it set up like a kind of like a grocery store, basically.
Yeah, I really like that idea. It's hard, like, you're
Is that
giving
where they
this.
set up on Lafayette Street?
Yeah, they're not on Lafayette. They're right by the Presbyterian Church.
Okay, all right. So
Okay.
that, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
At the church, but they also sometimes go down to that community where it's Cape May Cares, I want to say they're partnered with.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll produce food for the families there and have a whole setup in the middle of the community.
It's awesome seeing all these local charities kind of rallying together around all these different causes. So it's been
Absolutely.
really cool. And then, so the Polar Plunge is just part of this weekend that you're hosting, right?
Absolutely.
So we start on Friday night, which is the 15th, with your beef and beer, right? And
Yeah,
that's
beef and beer.
6 to 10, we're going to have prizes, raffle baskets, a 50-50, and that's $30 for entry. And that's all benefiting both of these awesome charities. And then you have Beer Olympics starting at 10, I believe, right?
Yeah, the games begin at 10.
And what does that involve? I'm like still so curious to
So
see how
that-
this is going to play out.
I forget how I came up with that idea, because I know the first year I think the first year I might have done a bar crawl.
Okay.
And it was actually really difficult to get surrounding bars involved. I don't know, being that it was so new, I think people were reluctant to mess with their dinner hour, and they weren't really sure where it was going. I really wasn't sure. And I want to say I saw a movie. I couldn't even tell you what it was called, but they had a beer Olympics and with a boot. And I was like,
think I know
this
the
would
movie.
be a great idea. And I just think, like, being that the whole event is based around community and people coming together, that an event that involved teams rallying around each other and kind of having some fun with it, I thought it would be a good way to raise money and get people involved. And it certainly has been. And the guy to run the games I found through Goodnight Irene's, who hosted a big beer pong tournament every Sunday, which I think still goes on, because I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but he certainly makes it work. And I know it involves some beer pong, quarters, darts,
Flip cup?
maybe flip cup. Yep, flip cup. Yeah, so it's pretty funny, especially when you start seeing the older clientele as well participate in these games. It's an interesting dynamic, but it's all in good fun, and it certainly is for a good cause.
Yeah, and that's like $60 per team for 4 people. I mean, that's like
That's
the
great.
best night out ever, in
Yeah.
my opinion, for 4 people. And then the next day, the 16th, we have more of the family-oriented events, I would say. We've got Kegs and Eggs in the morning, right? That starts from 9 to 11. That's $20. And then we have this 5K family fun walk, and then the plunge, right?
Absolutely. And also, going back to Friday, that night we have live entertainment as well with Cindy Raymond during the beef and beer.
Oh,
and
awesome.
the Loop is playing in the main room, and while the Beer Olympics is going on in the other room.
Okay.
So we have live entertainment as well. But yeah, getting back to Saturday, we kick off with a DJ and kegs and eggs, which is another way to raise money, and that's always a fun way to start the day. Um, and then that leads into our run, walk, and eventually plunge, which is always a good time, regardless of the weather.
And then you have entertainment well into that day as well, correct?
We
It's like
we
a
have
full
numerous
lineup.
bands. Yeah, we you know we are super appreciative of the community and supporting this event, and I just believe in giving the best back to them, and how one of the ways we do that is through the entertainment. We loaded it up with everyone's favorite bands, and doesn't matter what time you come during that day, you're gonna see a good show as well.
That's going to be so fun.
That's great.
I can't wait.
And then on Sunday is like a little cool down. You're gonna have like more music and some Irish food.
No, it's not a cool down. That's St. Patrick's Day. That's the heritage right there.
Yeah.
That's the ramp up day. That's find another gear day. But yeah, we're coming in hot that day as well. We got I believe the band Gem and the Vibe, which is phenomenal. If you haven't heard them, they're a big 10 or 11 piece band with horns.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
we're gonna have some Irish festivities going on, and it's perfect day for St. Patrick's Day to fall on, and a great way to wrap up, a great weekend.
Yeah.
We are all so excited. I know that we're going to be bringing quite the crew for all these events. Get your rest, I guess, the week before.
Yeah, and also the other thing is that we're putting up this year. After the weekend will be the award past winners, and
So we're going to have a little bit of a ceremony then.
yeah,
That's
we'll have a
cool.
little bit of a ceremony with the past winners of the races, the beer Olympics. They'll get to have bragging rights, and so we're gonna find a place to hang that, and that'll be a good way to honor the people who participated and had success in the past.
Yeah. And if you've never been to Carney's, it's a huge restaurant right on Beach Avenue in Cape May. You've got 2 rooms, so you kind of have 2 different vibes going at all times at Carney's. I feel like you have like the big band in the main room, and then it's kind of a more relaxed vibe in the other room. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a relaxed vibe this year, but it's going to be a lot of fun because they have 3 bars. The entertainment's always the best, and the food is awesome. So I think we're in for a great weekend, and I know for myself, I can't wait for it to be here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are super excited. This is our 45th year of opening the doors and our 7th year of the plunge, and we're very excited to open the new season, and we hope this event to be even bigger than last year, and to make more of an impact in the local charities.
Wow. Thank you so much for all that you're doing for the community, and we can't wait.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate your time.
Cool.
And we're back. We still have Ashley Peoples, and now we are with Mr. Harry Back. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Can't complain. So let's talk a little bit about yourself, and you have a pretty deep history in Cape May, from what I understand.
He may have been there once or twice.
Sure. Born and raised in Cape May. Going back a couple generations from at least what I could find. But I went through the whole system there, became a Cape May lifeguard in 1987. Did that until 2012. Retired when we had our second job. So my wife could finish up her years. I taught at Binghamton University in upstate New York until 2019. In 2017, a childhood friend of mine opened up Cape May Running Company retail store and started doing some races. We did that together as partners up until this past year, where we dissolved the retail store. He had moved away to Florida, and now it's just me doing the races that I own, plus continue to support the local community in the Polar Plunge 5K, the walk, the Cape May Point 5 mile run, and then the Murph Mile, which are all charity events for local organizations. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Not a lot, not a
Little
lot.
nutshell.
So, and we were talking to Sean about the event on the 16th. So they're starting with kegs and eggs at Carney's, and then we kind of get right into the 5K and the family run walk. Where does that go, Hare? Is that like all down Beach Ave?
It is. It's probably the easiest course I've ever put together in my life. It really is from the corner there at Decatur and Beach, straight down to right before the corner of Wilmington and New Jersey. As Beach Avenue turns to Wilmington, and back.
Oh,
Okay.
Is the 5K. It's a wonderful course because it is so simple that you can't mess it up.
Can't get lost.
And it really fits like the day, right? Like it should be a laid back, no stress day. Everybody's there to have fun. We have had some fast runners in the past that hopefully will return this year, but probably not the 2-time winner because he's in college now, running for George Mason. But it's great because it kind of all flows together really well, which leads into the walk will be all on the promenade. So it'll walk right down the promenade, half mile, walk back, get organized, and go right into the Polar Plunge at 12:30.
And are we expecting a bigger crowd than last year? It sounds like.
I hope so. I think we're trending that way. We're still up in registrations as of an hour ago. I looked. We're still ahead of last year's pace, which was a
awesome.
pretty good. Typically with this event, what I've found over the past years is a lot of last minute people.
Non-committal.
Non-committal, but also some reason they didn't know about it.
Yeah, we got to get the word out on this.
And they just show up and they're like, "Oh, can I still register?" And so people jump in last minute. I'm hoping what we've done this year is kind of curb that a little bit because that puts a lot of stress on everybody that's involved in putting on the event.
Yeah.
From myself as the race director, and then the timing company. All those people have to work together to make this happen. And so we're trying to get as many people pre-registered as we possibly can. And I think we've done a better job this year. I'm hoping we can continue to improve that as we go forward. But in the end, it's for some really great causes. And it's worth every minute of that little bit of that window of 30 minutes, which is super stressful on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. And where can you register if you were looking to do 1 or 2 or all of these events?
So you can register for everything on our run sign-up page if they were just to do a quick search of the Polar Plunge 5K. Every event that's going on from Friday through Saturday is available for registration straight on the website there. And if you can't make it and you just want to donate to either the Cape May Food Closet or Next Gen, it's all right there. And I checked yesterday, and just in the donation side of it, not the registrations, we're already over $1,500 in just straight donations.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
People that can't make it to the event, but they want to donate to the causes, and it's really something special to think that that Cape May is different, but it is. I know it's a small town, and I know I live in a small town right now in upstate New York in the off season, but the amount of support that goes into our local charities is just absolutely amazing, and then just be able to be a part of that over the years has just been amazing. So
it's a show up town. It really is.
It really is.
You have a charity event, and this town loves to party for the cause for sure. So, and then how many people did we have last year for the plunge itself? Because that's always kind of wild, watching all these people run into the ocean and in the middle of March.
Yeah, so I have to look back at the numbers, but I'm going off of my last of what I just looked at, and I believe there were a total because when I look at the run sign up page, you see plunge, you see 5K and plunge, you see 1 mile walk and plunge, and then you see the Saturday combination of kegs and eggs, walk or run and plunge. So I have to kind of add those numbers up. And I think last year we were somewhere around 180
Oh my
plungers.
gosh.
Okay.
That's a lot of wet people.
So we'd like to break that though. Like I would like to. I think Sean and I both would love to see the plunge side of it grow,
Yeah.
and because it is like it's part of South Jersey for one, right? Like it's a big South Jersey tradition in a bunch of other towns, and we know that could be something that could work in Cape May. And now that we got a really good organization, we've been through this enough over the last 5 years, 6 years that we've gotten better at it, and with the cooperation between Cape May Police Department, Cape May Fire Department, and Civic Affairs, I think we've made huge strides in what we can do to make that a better event. So.
And they're positioning it kind of like a challenge this year, right? Like it's the Carney's Cares Challenge, Freeza-Palooza, like weekend here. So like if you, I saw the shirts and we have basically like check boxes. And it's like, did you do the beef and beer? Did you do the beer Olympics? Did you hit kegs and eggs? Did you run, plunge, party at Carney's all weekend? So it's definitely a fun event for anybody looking for something to do on St. Patrick's Day.
It's if you kind of kick it off, it's like the kickoff event for the 2024 season, even.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
But like, we're all itching at this point to get down back, to the beach and get that summer season started. And for some of it starts really early. Mine never ends, but
it's a state of mind.
It's that time, right? Like we're all ready. And I think people that live outside of the beach, whether they're in Philadelphia or New York or Trenton or Delaware or Maryland, it doesn't really matter. Everybody's ready.
Yeah.
We're all like itching to get back to that kind of vibe that we have when we're down there at the beach.
And we'll have music out there too, right outside for the event, and it's just going to be all weekend long.
It's all weekend. I think Sean probably went over that, but they got Friday is the beef and beer, followed by the beer Olympics, and then Saturday morning the kegs and eggs, and like right after the 5K, it's live bands all the way until late early morning on Sunday. Which you will not see me that, I'll be there until the 5K. That's pretty much it. And then Sunday as well, they got the jam session going Sunday.
That's awesome.
Which doesn't cost anything other than to show up and have a good time.
And it's St. Patrick's Day, so you better show up, right?
Yeah.
It's like an obligation almost. All right. Well, cool, Harry. Thanks so much for taking the time with us today.
Good time.